Hi guys, it's Jenny. Welcome to weeks 32 and 33 of my pregnancy. I'm doing another 2-for-1 this week because I ended up unexpectedly going out of town last week during my 32 weeks, and I was just so busy and everything was just kind of crazy for a couple days that before I knew it, I was in my 33rd week already and I hadn't had a chance to record the vlog. And I just got home. I think I was like 33 weeks, 2 days when I got home. And so now I'm like 33 weeks, 5 days. And so I was like, well, I could record them separately, but either way, I'm still going to be 33 weeks when I record them, so I might as well just do them together. So here we are, and you know, symptoms-wise and how I've been feeling and all that over 32 and 33 weeks has been pretty much the same so far. So anyway, as you can see from the beginning, I am getting bigger. I feel like my belly has dropped a bit. I don't know if you can really tell because I'm wearing a dress, but it is definitely feeling a little bit lower and a little bit bigger down in the bottom region than I'm used to. So that's been interesting. I actually my husband and I went for like a 35-minute walk yesterday. It was it was all stormy out and we were just like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful, let's go walk. So we took our dogs out, and by the end of our walk, my belly felt so heavy and stretched and tight. I think I was having a Braxton Hicks at one point during the walk, and I was just like, oh my God. I am not used to feeling my belly feel so big and heavy as I did yesterday. I was just like, this is crazy. Because of course I still feel it. I know it's there, but it's never felt heavy to me yet, or really even that big. So just the last couple days, I think, is when I've really started to feel like my belly's starting to feel really big. So that's been interesting, and I can't show you now because I'm wearing a dress, but I'm finally starting to get the Linea Negra line, just a teeny little bit, which is interesting because I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to get that, and so now it's showing up. So otherwise than that, I'm still feeling really good for the most part as far as all the pregnancy stuff goes. Thankfully, I've actually had a little bit of relief from my, what do they call it, PUP, I think is what my friend Stacy called it this week. That patch of skin that I had that had just been burning and just so irritated. The last like 4 days or so, it really hasn't been bothering me that much. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that that means it's just going away because that would be really nice. And my back pain that I was telling you about has changed a little bit. It used to be, for the last month or so, it's been more constant, just like every night, or I would just have a dull ache all day in the back. And now it's kind of like it'll go away. I can actually sleep a little bit better through the night now because it isn't bothering me as much at night. But sometimes when I'm out and about, it will just sort of hit. And I'll just have and the pain will be like really bad. And when I'm driving, it's been really bad too. But it just sort of comes up randomly. So like I had a 4-hour drive this week to go down to where I was going, and I had it really bad in the middle of my trip. So I stopped at a convenience store and I bought an icy hot patch and put it on my back. Which was like the only thing I could do to help get rid of the pain, because there's like no position you can change into. I can, try and massage it all I want. It's not going away. So I did that the other day in the car, and then I actually had to do it yesterday when I was out in town running errands because it hit me again and I just couldn't, I was at Walmart and I literally had to leave my shopping cart, go buy an icy hot patch, go into the bathroom, put it on my back, and then continue shopping because I was like dying. So that's how I've been feeling pregnancy-wise. I've had acid reflux almost every night, and that has kept me up a bit and been really annoying. But I've been dealing with that for a while now, so it's like no big deal, no big difference from the usual. So otherwise than that, pregnancy's been great and I still feel wonderful. Baby boy moves all the time. He's getting stronger and I'm feeling much bigger movements now, which is really cool. And I just love it. Especially when I lay down to go to sleep at night, that's when he's always the most active. And so I'll just have like a half-hour period right away when I just sit and lay and feel him moving around. And that's really, really cool. So that's been fun. Besides pregnancy, I have had a cold for the last week, which has not been terribly fun. I'm sure you may still be able to hear it a little bit, but I think I got sick probably in the airport or on the planes when I came home from my vacation on the day that I flew, because I started having symptoms about 2 days later. And so I really hadn't been doing anything else where I was exposed to people or places or anything that, I could imagine would have gotten me sick. So thanks, airport. So yeah, I just had a head cold. My throat's hurt. I've had a cough. I lost my voice the other day. Well, actually for a couple of days I had a really bad hoarse voice and I've had a little bit of stuffiness. So that's been really fun. And I came home and promptly gave it to my husband, so he's sick too. I don't usually let colds get me down. I really haven't actually felt really bad. I've just had to deal with the symptoms, which can be annoying, but I haven't taken anything for it. I don't usually actually take a lot of stuff when I'm sick anyway. I'm just not I don't rely on pills and medicines for the most part unless it's something serious. That I would need antibiotics for or something like that. So I just deal with it, and I've dealt with this and I'm getting better already, so good for me. So that has been my health for the last 2 weeks. Now, what happened, which is why I had to go away, for a couple of days, so I got home from vacation and my husband and I started thinking about the move that I told you about last time. And we sort of realized all of a sudden that with my baby coming very soon, or, possibly coming anytime after the next month, that we're going to have a little bit of a challenge in this move, finding a place to live. And because where we're moving is only 4 hours away, we decided that I would go down there to do a little bit of a fact-finding / house hunting reconnaissance mission. Because we'd been there before, this new base, but I hadn't been in like 2.5 years. And we really were trying to decide right now where we want to move, if we want to live on base, or if we want to live in town, or if we want to live up on the mountainside in the surrounding mountains of the area. The mountains, when we first found out we were moving, were like our dream. We're like, because my husband grew up in the mountains. I grew up at the foothills of the Adirondack Mountains in New York. And so to us, that's just like home. And we haven't lived anywhere that's felt like home in so long. And so we were just like, oh God, if we could have that, that would be amazing. So we started looking at all the houses up on the mountainside, and there's pros and cons to living in the town where the base is and on base, and then pros and cons to living in the mountain as well. It's a bit of a commute for both of us. It would be probably around a 40-minute commute for my husband to work every day. And if I ended up working in town, which I plan to, or even on the base, which is another possibility, it would be around a 30 to 40-minute commute for me too, which is not a huge deal. Normally, I usually commute actually, for wherever I work. When I went to grad school, I had a 45-minute commute to school every day. And so I'm used to it. But when you throw a baby into the mix and you have to worry about bringing the baby to daycare on base, and then going to work and all of that just sort of complicates it, and it makes having that kind of commute a little bit more complicated. So we were looking into houses there, and we're also trying to decide whether to buy or to rent. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but it's just there's so much to think about. And so I wanted to go and do the commutes from all of these different locations to where we would likely be traveling on a daily basis, see what they were like, see if the mountain really was a viable place for us to live, and look at the houses that we were interested in up there, because if we're going to buy a house, then we would actually have to start the process within the next month. So we really just couldn't sort of sit around and wait on it. And so I have a friend who lives there who said, come stay with me. And these are the days that I'm free, that I'm not working. And it just so happened that last week she had 3 days in a row where she wasn't working. So I went down and stayed with her, which was really, really sweet of her. And looked at houses and just got to know the area a little bit better. And so that's where I was. And the trip was great because I actually got to get more excited about moving there, because there's just some amenities and things in that area that we don't have here where we live now. And just being down around the mountains was really lovely. It's beautiful. And just being around them just lifts my spirits. It just made me happy to see them and to be able to go up the mountain and just be surrounded by pine trees and cool air and not desert. And so that was really nice. And, we didn't reach any final decision yet on what we're going to do, but I think kind of my husband and I are on the same page now that I have looked into it more on what we think we're going to end up doing. And so I'll let you guys know as that progresses. But anyway, I just had a really nice time down there. It was great to see my friend and to spend some time in a different environment. And so that was good, and to get to know our new base a little bit better, which is nice. So anyway, that was what I was doing. And so now that I'm back, officially we have like just under 6 weeks, or just under 7 weeks, 6 weeks till my due date, which sounds like a lot of time, but also feels like not a lot of time. So I'm scrambling to get things done around my house, and I'm trying not to feel too panicked about anything, and just sort of like trying to take it easy, get a little bit done every day. So that's what I'm working on right now. One of the things I'm really excited to show you guys is that I got my diaper bag. Woo! Which is this right here. Isn't it so pretty? It's the Eddie Bauer, I think the name was Eddie Bauer First Adventures bag, I want to say, something like that. And I got it at Target for around $40. And it's a really simple, understated diaper bag. And I think I told you guys before I was having some problems deciding. And I looked around at a lot of different stuff, and a lot of it was just really kind of too cutesy, kitschy, for me. I wanted something a little bit more understated. Not like, this is a huge pink bag covered in ribbons and hearts and stuff, like a lot of them are. So I saw this in Target, and I was like, that looks like a regular messenger bag. I love purple, and oddly enough, purple is actually my husband's favorite color. Don't know why. But so I got it in purple, and it's actually the type of bag that I think he could carry too, which made it more attractive. And one of the things I loved about it is that the top has this double zipper that you can just take the top off and zipper easily open and close, and then in the middle you've got a bunch of different compartments and a changing pad and all of that. I'd heard that diaper bags that just have like the magnetic closing or don't really have a good closing are no bueno, because you will end up with it falling and spilling everything all over the place in your car at some point. So it's really nice. I love all the pockets and all the different options you have. There's bottle holders in the middle. There's You can keep hot or cold food or a bottle in this side, or maybe a bag of milk. And on this side you've got a wipes container, which is really super nice too. And it was actually like at the lower price range of all of the diaper bags I was looking at, which I found really surprising. So you know what? I didn't even put it on my registry. I just snapped it up. So I'm really glad I have that now. And one of my goals for this week is to pack my hospital bag and to pack my diaper bag. So I'm kind of oddly enough nerdily excited about that. I don't know why, but I guess it just means we're getting closer. So anyway, I'll let you guys know some other stuff that I'm working on or have been working on this week in my next update, because I don't want this to be too long. But anyway, thanks for watching. I guess that's going to be it for Lucy and I for 32 and 33 weeks. I can't believe I'm already 33 weeks pregnant. It's insane. Ah. And things are finally starting to come together. I mean, my nursery still feels like a tornado hit it, but I am starting to feel like I have things a little bit more under control. So on a side note, I'm really excited for today, you guys, because today happens to be my birthday. So happy birthday to me. My husband's sleeping right now because he works nights, and so I thought I'd get this done, and then I'm gonna go into town and I'm gonna go shopping. And I always like to go buy myself something special on my birthday. I mean, that's just like kind of what I've always done. I don't see it as a huge deal anymore, but it's a day where you should only be doing things that make you happy and things that you want to do. So I've got a little bit of time this morning. I chilled out with my dogs and drank tea already. I'm gonna go to the store and buy myself something that I want just because it's cool or whatever. I don't know what I'm gonna buy yet. I'm gonna find myself something nice. I'm gonna go have some lunch. Tonight I'm gonna go to a movie and hang out with my husband a little bit later, which will be really good. And so I'm just, I'm just having a good day, and I'm not gonna do any work today. I'm only gonna do good things. Maybe after the movie, when I get home, I will make myself some ice cream and watch a Jane Austen movie. That would be like the ultimate perfect thing on my day of happiness. So that's what today's looking like, and I'm feeling really happy, and I think I look fairly good for 34. I think it suits me, especially with the rocking the bump like I am right now. So anyway, I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of my birthday and the rest of my 33rd week of pregnancy. So thank you guys so much for watching. On next week's update, I will have some more info for you on, oh gosh, what's going on? Baby shower stuff, which is a little different. We'll see what do you guys think about it, and how maybe an update on how I'm doing with my cloth diaper situation, and I don't know, some other stuff. Some of my DIY decor is getting done, so maybe I'll update you on that. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys then. Thank you so much for watching, and take care, and I hope all of you mamas and babies are doing great. So like and subscribe and comment, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Hi there, it's Jenny, and welcome to week 31 of my pregnancy. So guys, I'm back home, obviously. I've had a wonderful vacation, and I've only been home for a couple of days, and I am already just kind of overwhelmed by the amount of stuff I have left to do.